Eric, that smells fantastic over there.
Yes, it does. If it looks like a fog is rolling in, it's the steam off and the smoke off these charbroiled oysters behind me. The Dragos fire truck is out here this morning, and Dragos is one of the premier restaurants in Jefferson Parish, and one of the places, actually the place, where I discovered I love oysters. Clara Zatanovich is with us this morning. Clara, you and your husband Drago started Dragos how many years ago?
It's going to be 50 years, February 17 next year.
Even you have a hard time believing that.
It is hard time because it has been a lifetime.
It has been a lifetime. And you guys really did change the whole oyster industry when your son, Tommy, started doing the charbroiled oysters, and that really put Dragos on the map.
Definitely. That was the turning point in our business. We became famous everywhere, through United States, Orient especially, and it just blossomed.
And it really is wonderful because I was not a huge oyster lover. When I tasted these things, everything changed. And Freddie, what's the secret of making these? Freddie has been with Dragos for, what, 30 years now?
30 years.
30 years. And so what's the secret of making them?
Well, the special sauce that Tommy came up with, the special butter garlic sauce.
I mean, Tommy says the recipe is no secret. He's given it out a million times.
Right.
But for some reason, you guys do it different than everybody else.
You got to have the touch for it. You got to have the love for it.
It's the original.
The original. You know, none but love.
And Drago passed away a few years ago, and you know he was the inspiration for the restaurant. You and Drago were so close. And was it a big gamble when you first opened?
Not really. It was not. We decided to go, and we knew if we put heart, hard work, and soul in it, we were going to make it.
And you guys are Croatian, you know, and we always think about the you know, the oysters coming from around Plaquemines Parish and that area. And one of the things you always make fun of is there's itches, witches, and something else we can't see on TV. and that's one of the beauty of. And because you guys go back a long time in this business.
Yes. Drago worked for his sister on Hudson Avenue for 9 years.
Yeah.
And then when they closed that restaurant, we opened one in Metairie.
And Drago was quite a character. I remember the first time I really got to meet your son Tommy was I had gone out to Dragos in Metairie. This is about 25 years ago, and I had a brand new Corvette, and Drago backed into it. And so Tommy comes up and he goes, "Do you have a car, a Corvette outside?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I just got it." And he goes, "My dad just backed into it." But we'll take care of it. And you guys did.
Okay.
So I have fond memories of Dragos and Clara. You guys do a wonderful job. And Dragos has expanded all over the state.
Well, we just went to Lafayette and Jackson, and of course
Jackson, Mississippi,
Jackson,
and then the one downtown at the Hilton.
Yes, 4 of them.
But the big one, and you've expanded over in Fat City, and you guys are really part of the revitalization of Fat City.
Yes, we expanded. We put a new dining room 15 months ago, and it brought us a lot of new customers, a lot of new business, so it's just getting better every day.
We could talk forever, but I want to eat some of these oysters.
Good.
You can call any time to get oysters over at Dragos in Metairie. Sheba?
Eric, I would love to hear more about Dragos and your Corvette, but right now we need to talk about the rest of the Louisiana Oyster Trail, which is right here in Jefferson Parish. So it's made up of restaurants that serve oysters harvested right here in our home state of Louisiana. And Dragos is just one of the restaurants on that trail. So Dave and Chef Kevin took a trip on the Louisiana Oyster Trail. They went over to Chef Andrea Apuzzo's restaurant in Metairie, and let's see what he did with the beloved seafood.
Dave, come on, man! I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Let's go. Starving. I'm hungry. I want to go eat. All right, let's go. Are you a fan of oysters?
I'm not a fan of the raw oysters, but I'll eat them every other way.
Now, have you ever been to Andrea's before?
I've been once. I've been there once. Of course, he's been on the show a number of times.
Oh, yeah.
So he makes a fantastic food. He hooks us up.
I think we're in the right spot.
They say look for those for the great oysters on the Oyster Trail.
Chef! How are you?
Buongiorno. Hey!
We are in Louisiana. We have some of the best oysters in the world. So we're going to cook a nice mixed oyster radassa, which one of my recipe I have it. And then the other one, we're going to do oysters Villa d'Este. Chef, we're going to go there in the kitchen.
Let's go to the kitchen.
You guys are the pros. You guys go cook that up. I'll wait for the finished product.
Yeah, just have a seat. Don't work too hard.
We have right here, right in the skillet, extra virgin olive oil, a little touch of white onion, a little touch of garlic.
It smells so good.
And now what we're going to do right here, we're going to add the oysters.
Coming from the Royal Orleans downtown, the Omni Royal Orleans, as executive chef, and then opening up Andreas, why did you pick Jefferson Parish?
I had this location always in my mind. I like the suburb a little bit, deal with local people all the time, local ingredients, local everything. And I found this beautiful spot, Len and Bill, and we bought it in 1984, and we opened in 1985. Did you know I won 3 times the first fast eater oysters here in Louisiana?
No.
#1. Yes, absolutely. So Kevin, let's go and sit down and eat this wonderful dish that we cooked with Louisiana
Okay,
oysters.
I'll be right behind you. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm coming right with you. I'm coming right with you.
Bring some with you, Kevin.
I'm coming.
Please, John, enjoy. Buon appetito.
All right, let's do this.
But this is what it's about. Good friends, good food, good ingredients. There's that. Thank you for coming to eat with me, brother.
Hey, man. It's all good.
Yeah. You know what we forgot?
Dessert.
Yeah.
I am mad that you guys left me and didn't take me on the Oyster Trail, but which one did you like better?
I like the pasta dish better. I can't remember the technical term from it, but it was so good. The flavors, I mean, it was so simple.
Yeah.
But the flavor was so incredible out there. The oysters, again, just amazing how that is. And Chef Kev was so excited to be another chef's kitchen. It was so funny. It's just like,
That's
you know, a
right, to
kid in a
have someone
candy
else
store.
cook
It's
for
so pretty
him.
cool. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
That
and I
is
got to
really
reap the
nice.
benefits of that with some good oysters out there. So, yeah, check that place, Andreas, out. Fantastic food. Of course, the
Sure.
good Italian food on top of that as well. But if you're looking for something to do tonight or this weekend, you know, anywhere on the Oyster Trail, you can't go wrong.
No, and that's what I like. You could make this almost a year-long project and go across the trail maybe every weekend.
Yeah, there
and
you go.
See Jefferson Parish.
All
All right.
right.
All right. Thank you very much, April. Well, NOLA Motorsports over in Avondale has a really cool event going on.
You've been out there? That's a really cool
it's on my
track.
to-do list. You've done it?
Oh, there's so much stuff out there. They have go-karts that go 150 miles
I've
an hour.
heard. That's too fast for me, but I'll take like, you know.
All right. There's a big festival going on out there, and our Katie Steiner is there right now. Katie, are you going to drive today?
Well, right now I'm sitting in the passenger seat of a Lamborghini, so the answer to that question is absolutely not. I'm not really a big fan of speed, but I'm here with Scott Touchton. He is with the NOLA Motorsports Park, and you do like speed, and there's a lot of people out here that can actually drive this car. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So we're in the Lamborghini Huracan that's owned by Extreme Experience. That's with 2 X's, so it's Extreme Experience or xxnola.com. So with Extreme Experience, you can come out and you can drive one of their supercars on our racetrack with our 3,200-foot straight. So our customers get up to 130, 140 miles per hour where you're in the driver's seat.
That is crazy, and I think a lot of people would be really interested in this. So you guys do where you can drive these really nice cars. You also do race with the go-karts, but you guys have big events coming up this weekend. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We do. We actually have 2 races this weekend. So at go-karting, our go-karting, unfortunately, for Arrive and Drive is closed this weekend because we have a national touring kart series called Rock Cup here. So you can come out and watch professional go-karters race. So this is kind of like the, for lack of a better term, the minor league for racing. So the kids that are racing this weekend in 5-10 years might be in NASCAR, Indy, Formula One. So they're professional touring go-kart racers. And then on our road course, on our big track, we have our local club race, which is NASA, which is the National Autosport Association. So they do about 8 club races here a year. And so we're expecting a great turnout for that race as well. And but it's club racing. It's approachable. So you could get a car, you could learn, you could go up through the high-performance driver education that we have and put yourself on the road and race against these guys.
Okay, so if people are watching right now, they're drooling over these cars. How can they get into the driver's seat? How do they go about doing that?
So they can just go to NOLAmotor.com or xxnola.com. So that's Extreme Experience, and they can book a drive. They can give the drive as a gift. It's a great Father's Day gift with Father's Day coming up. So we schedule track time for Extreme Experience. So you can either just buy the gift card and they could schedule the track time themselves, or find an upcoming time when we have the track available for the supercars and just come out and drive it and check that off the bucket list.
Okay, well, we're going to do that right now, so we're going to close this door. And I'm not going to drive, but I'm going to ride. I feel like I need my seatbelt for this situation here. Okay, Scott, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right.
We're going to show you how this baby runs. See you guys later. Eric, I bet you're pretty jealous of this.
Actually, that's kind of
Eric,
that's kind of an awesome car.
is it yours?
No.
Okay.
Oh, we said let Katie drive it, though.
I know, that would have been neat.
Not for the owner.
You can, though, if you go back.
No, you can.
Okay.
You can bring your own car there sometimes, and you can rent cars there.
Okay.
And go-karts. All right, we have lots coming up from Jefferson Parish. I did not realize this, but Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser texted me and said the area where we are is now a state park.
That is something,
The
yeah, I
Boat
think
Launch,
most people didn't know.
And they have done a beautiful job out here. It really is nice, and we're having a great party out here.
Look at the view, Eric.
Yeah, I know. That sun is coming up. The cloud cover has stayed, so that's kind of a blessing for us today.
It is absolutely beautiful. We'll see you guys back after a quick break.
To where the boat leaves from, it takes away all of your big problems. You could worries, you could drop them in the blue ocean, but you gotta get away to where the boat leads. Jimmy.
Good morning once again. Thanks for joining us for our live show out here at the bottom of Boat Launch. It's our 7:30 half hour. We have been out here all morning. It's a gorgeous morning out here. And I'll tell you what, Dragos has cooked up some great food.
Yum.
The charbroiled oysters, we've
phenomenal.
We've tore through those things.
Yes, those are gone.
They also made alligator tacos because there's an alligator sign out here. They thought that'd be kind of cool.
Did you see the alligator back there?
I did not.
There it is.
Wait, I was serious for a second. I'm like, wait, do we need to leave the area? Yeah, Dragos is part of the Louisiana Oyster Trail.
There's the sign right there.
Oh, there it is. Alligators and snakes in the area. I was so glad to see that when we arrived this morning.
Well, they're better cooked than live.
Yes.
Certainly. Well, we're loving the Louisiana Oyster Trail. It's one of the many things we're checking out in Jefferson Parish this morning, and so much more, right, Dave?
That's right. Coming up, we'll talk about new improvements being made on into Fat City with Jefferson Parish Councilwoman Jennifer Van Franken coming up here in just a little bit.
And our Kevin Belton is out in Rivertown. If you haven't been out in Rivertown in Kenner, it is a beautiful area. We'll check out a unique park that takes you on a trip to the past. We have all that and a whole lot coming in this half hour. But first, let's get to the forecast. Well, we just talked about Fat City and how many years ago it was kind of a hot club scene, a disco scene, then it fell into disrepair. And there's been a big effort to clean up Fat City and make it a place where people want to come visit again. And Councilwoman Jennifer Van Franken has been a big part of that. And Fat City has really changed over the years.
It has.
In so many ways.
The height was in the 70s.
Yeah.
That was the heyday. Not that I remember that. And then it really was on a downward trajectory. But we've invested, the parish has invested about $40 million over the course of the past number of years. We have added stamped concrete, 200 trees. We've added drainage capacity, which is important. We've done a lot of things, I think, that are transforming the face of Fat City and trying to make it a place that is vibrant and people want to visit. We've added murals, just lots of
There's
things.
There's a JPO substation there now?
Yes. In fact, if you're in Fat City.
What does that mean then?
JPSO substation to me means two things. First of all, safety, which is important, and Fat City had been a more dangerous place. It is a safe place now. So JPSO is building a new substation there. Not only is it a new impressive building, but it's innovative. It is retail on the downstairs and the substation on the upstairs. So Fat City's a place of real transformation.
And we've seen a lot of businesses step up their game. Dragos, for one, has bought a lot of land out there, a lot of buildings. They've increased the size of their restaurant. Other places out in Fat City have done the same.
Exactly. We have a facade grant improvement program right now, and actually about 24 businesses will be able to use a $50,000 grant to transform the facade of their business. So you start having all of that renovation, and it will transform the face of the area.
And we talked about a pocket park. What is a pocket park?
We have not had a green space. We're out here enjoying a green space this morning.
And it makes a difference in the city.
It does. And so if you have a space like a Lafayette Square that you can start to program, have a festival, have an event, have a band out there, So that green space is going to be, I think, a center of Fat City and what we enjoy.
And is there now a library in Fat City?
There will be.
There will be.
The library just purchased a piece of property, and we don't envision it.
How big of a library?
We haven't planned it yet.
Okay.
So, but we're assembling the area where it will be built. It's not going to be your grandfather's library. It will be high-tech, e-library, not books, but more technology, innovation, hot desk space, meeting room space, 3D printers, those kinds of things.
And you know, and we've talked, we're going to talk more about it, the beautification of Jefferson with all the statuary and things on the neutral grounds, things like that. And you guys are doing some streetscapes there.
We are. 17th, 18th, and 19th Street transformed just in the past few months. So we've got stamped concrete, we've got planter boxes, benches, garbage cans, decorative lighting. So really a softer, more lush landscape, and that's important. It makes you want to be there.
And how far are you from completing the renovation in Fat City to where it's going to be where you want it to be?
I don't know if we'll reach the completion in the next few years, but Pat LeBlanc, who heads our MBDD, she was saying, and I feel the same, in the next 5 years, we're going to see significant progress.
And now if we move out of Fat City over to Bucktown, you guys are doing a lot out in Bucktown.
Bucktown, we have an area right over the levee.
Which is a neat area.
It's great, and it's on the water side.
Yeah.
It's about 30 acres of land we leased from the state of Louisiana. It's mostly just grass right now, but we've gone through a visioning process. We got about 1,000 people responding to a survey to tell us what they would like to see in that space.
Yeah.
So we're going to work on enhancing that
we
area.
just think of Bucktown as well, all the shrimp boats and stuff like that. And
that's the heritage, and that's
Yeah.
important to remember and to build into what we do, but it's also a modern area where we want to have
and now, how long
celebrated.
has this area where we are, the Bonneville Boat Launch, been a state park?
I don't know the answer to that, Eric. I know
But it
we-
is, and I
Yes.
did not realize that till Billy Nungesser, the Lieutenant Governor, texted me and said, you're in a state park.
Yes, so it's a good combination. The parish invests here. We just redid all 4 boat ramps, and so we in combined efforts have made this, I think, a really great space.
It really looks great. And Dave is over by the boat ramps right now with a forecast. Dave? All right, thank you.
That's right. We're back at the Bonneville Boat Launch this morning, and Chef Kev is over in Rivertown as we continue highlighting Jefferson Parish.
And Chef Kevin, where are you now? I think Heritage Park, is that correct?
Yes, I am in Heritage Park, and I'm with Mayor Ben Zahn of Kenner. Congratulations on your re-election.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, this is such a great hidden gem that there's so much going on that we were talking about. Tell everybody everything that goes on here, starting with St. Mary's Chapel, because I did during the break, I said, going to the chapel and I'm going to get married.
Yeah, it was, it's a copy of a church, St. Mary's Church, the first Catholic church in the city of Kenner from about 1855. We actually do about 50 weddings there a year, so it's a highly used building that you can actually enter into. As you go around this area, you see that it's a replication of Old Kenner, actually the packing shed, which we have a new restaurant that's actually moving into it down the street to the real actual building, porch and patio. That's a packing shed. We have events there, music in the park, movies in the park. Actually, tonight, if you want to come out tonight, every Friday night in May, we're doing our 3rd one tonight at 6:30. It will be No Idea. And then tomorrow night, right here where we're standing on this field, will be Despicable Me. So, as a movie, so we put a big screen out here. And as you see, you have the Black Mix Shop, you have the Farmers Exchange General Store, and other little buildings such as a little gas station. All the replication since about 2000 this was built of what's going on in the early days of the city of Kenner. And just to bring our heritage back to us, our pride, I think this is where it starts, and it's called Heritage Park right here in District 1.
But you know, Orleans Parish is so landlocked.
Right.
And for growth, and Jefferson Parish seems to grow, and the city of Kenner, I mean, from the lake to the river, you all have something for everyone.
Absolutely, and that's what the big thing is. When I ran for mayor, I talked about that. As mayor, I talked about that we need to bring North Kenner and South Kenner together and not say North and South Kenner and just say the city of Kenner. From Heritage Park, Rivertown to Lake Town is all the things that the city of Kenner can offer. But you can't get much better than when you start right here in original Kenner, where things started back in the 1800s of how we are the city of Kenner. And all the heritage is right here, which you have copies of by looking at these buildings. It's a widely used area. It's open to field trips. It's open to, schools, everyone coming in. On Saturdays, we have a farmer's market right at LaSalle's Landing, but this park is open also that people can actually visit this while you're actually going to the farmer's market just less than a block down.
Now I'm going to ask you something. Do you have a favorite spot here in Kenner?
I like that stage because that stage right in this spot right here, that stage right here for Rivertown is where a lot of things can happen. It saves us a lot of money because you can bring the bands in and the stage is already there, but it also looks like a replica of something that's from long ago.
Well, I tell you what, this is such a neat area that I really hope people come out and take advantage of it, especially, like you said, tonight is the music, tomorrow night is the movie, right. And anything else coming up for Kenner?
There's many things in the city of Kenner. We'll have Freedom Fest in September, the day before Labor Day. But between now and then, we do a lot of stuff during the summer. Like I said, our farmers market is actively going on. And, you know, of course, we're going to watch the lakefront to see the developments down there with all the new things that are happening with gaming. So we are very excited on the things that happen. But please don't forget Freedom Fest in September.
There you go, gang. You heard it directly from the mayor. So come on out, celebrate Kenner. And you know what, gang? We have more coming up from Jefferson Parish coming up, so don't go anywhere.